I want to tell you about something that happened to me a few years ago, on a quiet night in Oahu. I was driving alone, the kind of drive where the world feels hushed, like the island is sleeping. The moonlight shimmered over the ocean, and the palms swayed just enough to whisper against the sky. I had finished visiting some friends in Honolulu and was heading back to where I was staying, further up the coast. The roads at night there can be long and winding, with stretches where it feels like you're the only one left in the world. I didn't mind it, though. There's something peaceful about the road, the hum of the engine, and the salt in the air drifting in through the cracked window. About halfway through my drive, I saw her. She was standing on the shoulder, almost hidden by shadow, but not completely. The soft light from my headlights brushed across her figure, and I could make out the pale shimmer of a white dress. She didn't wave or call out. She just stood there, still, as though she had been waiting for someone. At first, I hesitated. It was late, and it's unusual to see anyone on foot along that road. But something about the way she looked, lonely, almost fragile, pulled at me. So I slowed down, rolled to a stop, and leaned across to open the passenger door. She stepped in without a word. Her presence was quiet, but not uncomfortable. She wore a simple white dress, the kind you might see at a luau or even a casual wedding. Her hair was dark, long, and wet, as if she had just come from the ocean. For a while, neither of us spoke. The only sound was the tires against the pavement and the faint crash of waves far off in the dark. Then, softly, she said, "Thank you for stopping." Her voice was gentle, almost musical. I told her it was no trouble at all, and asked where she needed to go. She gave me the name of a small town along my route, a place I was already planning to pass through. So I nodded, kept driving, and let the silence settle back between us. Every now and then, I glanced her way. She sat with her hands folded neatly in her lap, staring out the window as though the night itself was her companion. I noticed the faint scent of plumeria in the air, sweet and delicate. It wasn't from the car. It felt like it was coming from her. I tried to make small talk, asked her if she lived nearby, but her answers were short, almost evasive. She seemed kind, but distant, like someone carrying a weight too heavy to explain. Eventually, we reached the edge of the town she mentioned. There was an old stone wall along the road, one I remembered passing earlier in the day. She suddenly turned her head and said softly, "This is where I get out." I slowed down, pulling over to the side. I looked at her, ready to wish her well. And she was gone. The seat was empty. The door had never opened. There was no sound, no movement, just the faint scent of plumeria still hanging in the air. I pulled over completely and sat there for a long moment, staring at the road, trying to steady my breath. I even got out, walked around the car, expecting to see her standing outside. But there was nothing. Just the quiet road, the moonlight, and the endless rhythm of waves against the shore. The strangest part was what I found when I got back into the driver's seat. Lying there, on the seat where she had been, was a single lei, woven from white plumeria blossoms. Fresh, dewy, as though it had just been made. I didn't take it as a threat or even something meant to frighten me. It felt more like a gift. A gentle reminder that I had been touched by something not of this world, something that belonged to the island's deeper mysteries. Later, when I told the story to a local friend, they weren't surprised. They said there have always been tales of a woman in white along that road, a vanishing hitchhiker. Some believe she's a spirit of someone who once died in an accident there. Others say she's a guardian, testing the kindness of those who pass. Whatever the truth is, I'll never forget that night. The silence of the road, the sweetness of plumeria, and the passenger who rode with me, only long enough to vanish into the dark. Even now, when I drive those roads on Oahu, I sometimes catch myself glancing at the passenger seat, half expecting her to be there again, sitting quietly, watching the night pass by. And if she ever does return, I think I would stop again.